It's your girl, Mrs. Tony Two Times, and I'm back with another episode of Hood Tales. In this video, I'll be taking it to Grand Prairie, Texas, to discuss the tragic case of Kayla Kelley, who disappeared after she attempted to expose her married boyfriend. But before we get into this video, please don't forget to hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and join the Tony Two Times family. Tap that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Also, if you'd like to see more episodes of Hood Tales, please click the link to the playlist in the description box after this video to get caught up. And be sure to share this video with everyone you know. Stay tuned until the end to hear the whole story. Everything in this video is alleged. All right, let's get into it. Imagine taking a chance on finding love online and you happen to meet someone you connect with. The connection is so strong you decide to move forward and begin a relationship in hopes of one day settling down. Meanwhile, the connection you think is there is actually all a hoax because your newfound love belongs to someone else. At first, you don't see the signs, but then the red flags start to wave. You decide to do some digging and find out who they really are and that they had been lying to you the entire time. What's your next move? Do you confront them, or do you let it go and move on? Or do you expose them for who they really are? If you were in this situation, how would you handle it? For 33-year-old Kayla Kelley, she took a chance on love with a man and found out he wasn't who he said he was. Kayla, hurt by her findings, had to decide how to move forward, not knowing how it would all end. Kayla Dominique Kelley was born on April 15th, 1989 in Huntsville, Alabama. Kayla graduated in the class of 2007 from Charles Henderson High School in Troy. A scholarly Kayla went on to attend Athens State University in Alabama, where she earned her Bachelor's of Science in Information Systems. Kayla graduated with honors. With her new degree, her ambition, and her beautiful personality, Kayla moved to McKinney, Texas, where she quickly got a job with Raytheon Intelligence and Space, a company that manufactures defense electronic systems. Kayla undoubtedly excelled at the company and eventually worked her way up to management. Kayla's colleagues adored her and her dedication to making the workplace enjoyable. Kayla was described as a free spirit who was very outgoing. She had a big heart and cared about others deeply. Kayla's the type of person who would buy herself something but also pick up extra to give it to others she also thought would enjoy it. She loved decorating her home and creating a space that was special to her. Kayla also had a fur baby named Chile, who she loved dearly. While Kayla was kind and loving, she was also the person that was going to tell you how she really feels with her opinions and views, and people appreciated that about her. She never left others wondering what her position was in their lives. As fulfilled as Kayla's life was, she still desired to find meaningful companionship. In 2022, after some time, Kayla came across a good-looking man online whose name was Kevin Brown. Kayla and Kevin hit it off and began dating each other that summer. The couple's romance went on for several months until Kayla became suspicious of Kevin and wondered if he was being truthful about who he was. Kayla at some point began to do some digging into her man, Kevin Brown. What Kayla found out was shocking, to say the least. Upon Kayla's research, she found out that Kevin wasn't Kevin. His name was actually Ocastor Ferguson, and he was a married man. Blown away by her findings, Kayla decides to confront the man she knew as Kevin. Once Ocastor Ferguson, aka Kevin Brown, knew his lies were uncovered, he practically ghosted Kayla. However, Kayla was not about to let him get away without being accountable. Kayla told friends that she was going to blackmail Ocastor, aka Kevin, by threatening to tell his wife about their relationship. When Kayla's attempts to get in touch with Ocastor continued to go unanswered, she told him in a text that she was going to tell his wife about their affair if he didn't answer. Kayla had no idea how far her married boyfriend would go to hide his secret. On January 11th, 2023, after Kayla's aunt and co-workers had not heard from Kayla for several days, they reported her missing to police. Kayla had left her puppy at home unattended at her duplex in Collin County. That was very unlike Kayla. She treated her pup like her child, and she would never leave her fur baby without food or water. Once deputies got to Kayla's home, they suspected that her puppy had indeed been by itself for several days. The day after Kayla was reported missing, her car was found 30 miles away in a remote area in Frisco, Texas, burned beyond recognition. Investigators determined that the fire had not been started naturally. As law enforcement continued to look into Kayla's disappearance, they found out that she had been in a relationship with a man who was married and had given her a false name. Kayla's friends told investigators about Kayla's plans to confront and blackmail Ocastor, aka Kevin. They also found the messages in Kayla's phone to a number saved as Kevin about telling his wife. On January 13th, investigators caught up with Ocastor at his workplace and questioned him on his relationship with Kayla and when he had last seen her. He told detectives he knew Kayla and that he last saw her on January 10th, 2023, when she dropped him off at work around 12 p.m. He went on to tell detectives that Kayla was supposed to drop off lunch for him at 6 p.m. on January 10th, but she never showed up. Ocastor admitted to detectives that he did lie to Kayla about his identity while they were in a relationship and that she figured out his real name. But Kayla's once beau denied knowing her whereabouts. Detectives also questioned Ocastor about his vehicle that was found near Kayla's residence. Investigators discovered that Ocastor's wife had reported their car stolen. When police were investigating Kayla's disappearance, they found the 2004 Lexus parked not too far from Kayla's duplex. Inside the car, investigators found duct tape, gloves, and a blanket. Ocastor's answer to why his car was in the location near Kayla's home is because he was trying to hide it from his wife. But Ocastor allegedly denied being in the area where the car was found and denied knowing what happened to it. When police spoke to Ocastor's wife, she told them that on January 4th, 2023, she received a text from an unknown number telling her that they needed to tell her something. She told detectives she felt it was a female based on the language used in the text messages. She said she never responded to those messages. Investigators tried to get a hold of the wife's phone, but the phone was broken at the time. Court documents also revealed that Kayla's burned vehicle was found just miles down the road from Ocastor's job. On January 14, 2023, just 3 days after Kayla was reported missing, police arrested and charged Ocastor Ferguson with kidnapping and arson in connection with Kayla's disappearance and the burning of her vehicle. He was held in jail on a $1 million bond. The search for Kayla continued while police looked more into Ocastor and his whereabouts on the day he said he last saw Kayla. Then on Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, investigators with the Collin County Sheriff's Office and Texas Rangers located a woman no longer alive in a Grand Prairie, Texas field. At first, they only identified the body as female. Later, the identity of the woman was confirmed as Kayla Kelly. Her body was found buried in a shallow grave less than a mile from Ocastor's house, where he lived with his wife. Cell phone data analysis obtained by law enforcement contradicted Ocastor's claims of Kayla dropping him off at work on January 10, 2023. The data showed that on January 10th, Ocastor left work and went to his home in Grand Prairie. He left home, then drove up North Dallas Tollway and went to the area of Kayla's residence, then to the area near where Kayla's car was found burned, and then back to his home in Grand Prairie. Records show that deputies wrote that Ocastor did affirm he was driving the 2004 Lexus during the time frame on January 10th and advised that Kayla was in the back while he was driving. Toll tag records obtained by investigators from January 10th, 2023 show Kayla's vehicle traveling north on Dallas North Tollway at 1:56 a.m. near El Dorado Park in Fresco. Once in Fresco, Ocastor created an account with a ride-sharing app and used the service to get a ride from the Fresco area to his house in Grand Prairie. Later on January 10th, around 7 p.m., Kayla's phone was last pinged at Ocastor's workplace. Ocastor Ferguson was later charged with first-degree hit in addition to the other charges in connection with Kayla's slaying. His bond was raised to $2.5 million, and he is currently being held at the Collin County Detention Center. Ocastor Ferguson, aka Kevin Brown, is innocent until proven guilty. Through public records, Ocastor Ferguson was found not to be a U.S. citizen. He is listed as a Jamaican citizen. It's unclear what his current status is in the U.S. His only visitor allowed to see him at the time of his arrest was his wife. How Kayla Kelly lost her life has yet to be revealed. May Kayla Kelly rest in peace. I send my dearest condolences to her family and friends. Kayla is loved and missed by many. She had a beautiful soul and a lasting effect on everyone she met. She didn't deserve to be discarded like she was nothing. I hope she gets justice. I wish Kayla would have cut ties with that man once she found out he was lying about his identity and being married. I understand why Kayla felt it was important to confront him about his lies. She was probably hurt and felt played and thought exposing him was the right thing to do. But you just never know how far a person is willing to go to cover up their deception, especially if they have everything to lose. Fam, let's keep the discussion going down below and tell me your thoughts on this case in the comments. All right, fam, that's it for this episode of Hood Tales. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony Two Times. Until next time.